Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cupid, and today we're going to be doing a reading all about what your person's favorite thing about you is. Okay, so what is their favorite thing about you? This could be one thing or a few things. Okay, so just like the last reading, or all of my readings, we will have 3 groups. So after this intro, I will have an image where you can see all the groups. You may pause the video and meditate on which group you belong to. And all timestamps for each group will be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get to your readings. All right, group 1, welcome to your reading. I am going to shuffle your cards to see what is your person's favorite thing about you. So if you missed the intro, this can be one thing or multiple things. But either way, I'm excited to see what your person thinks. So let me go ahead and shuffle your cards, and I will catch you on the other side. Group 1. So there are a couple energies coming through, okay? So this could be either you have 2 people on your mind, or for some of you this is your person and the other person is for other people, okay? So the first thing I'm picking up here is that this person, one of their favorite things about you is that you have kind of an optimistic kind of energy, right? I'm seeing somebody really empathetic, sweet, even with the Page of Cups. This person feels like you are a bit soft, right? There's like a naivety here. Someone who you want to cheer people up. Maybe you cheer them up often. Maybe your perspective of things is often just a bit more either positive or whimsical or hopeful, right? And they also see that you're someone who can easily be persuaded or easily be impressed, right? Or somebody who is easily gives in, right? Maybe giving in to affection. They feel like you accept their apologies often. I see this cup as like an apology, okay? So they like that you're very forgiving. We also have this 5 of Cups here. So this is definitely indicative of mistakes or mishaps or issues that come up, and you willing to overlook them or put them behind you, right? I don't know if you noticed, but this guy here, his back is turned to us, and he's looking over his shoulder at these spilled cups while these 2 cups are here. So it's almost like this person is willing to overlook or walk away from these issues in order to hold on to these 2 cups, right? Being very forgiving or willing to put behind them these mistakes or these mishaps. And over here we have this 2 of Cups. So like I said, it's very much like this person and willing, as long as they're willing to preserve these 2 cups in the upright over here, they're willing to overlook anything else, right? Because they're trying to keep these 2 cups together, which is i.e. the relationship. So this person sees you as somebody willing to overlook things in order to keep the relationship going. They see you as somebody very forgiving, somebody sweet, like I said, empathetic. But the problem I'm getting is that for some of you, like I said, if this is not your person, then this is the other people's person, right? There's also this energy on the table of somebody wanting to take control or have control of this situation, which I think is your person, right? Your person likes that they feel in control with you, or that they can be in control with you. We have character here at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this person, in some sense, they may put on a character or wear a mask in order to hide how different they are from what you think they are, right? But this Eight of Swords here, this is a trappedness, like keeping something under control, keeping something restricted or limited, keeping something in a bind, right? Keeping something tied up. I feel like this person, they like that they have you wrapped around them. They like that they have you, in their mind, kind of stuck on them, right? They feel like they have you kind of trapped in this connection with them. And they like that. Or rather, that maybe they like that they give in, or that you've given in to being in this connection in this way. For some of you, maybe they see you as this way. Maybe they see you, they like that you're able to get them to overlook issues, or they like that you are able to get them to forgive you, or for overlook things you do. They like that they want to preserve this connection with you, but in the sense they do feel trapped. They feel like you're in control. For some of you, they feel like you're in control, and for others of you, they like that they're the ones in control. Okay? But don't look back here. Like I said, this is only reinforcing this person appreciating a lack of recalling the past, right? A willingness to move forward. So they really appreciate your willingness to just generally move forward from issues. But there, with this tyrant here, there is maybe for some of you, there's a power struggle, right? Where in some instances they want to be in control, but then in other instances you're in control. And they feel challenged in this way, right? Because while yes, you may do certain things that can feed into their ego or make them feel good or make them feel like a leader, there are other times where you really show up as the person in control. And I feel like this is something that that might catch them off guard. So like I said, there are like two people here. So for some of you, you're dealing with two different people. For some of you, this is all relevant to one person. And for others of you, you may find this reading a bit split, where half of it sounds like your person and the other half is somebody else's person, okay? Then here, we actually have the Queen of Pentacles twice. So we had the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. And then under this Eight of Swords, we had the Queen of Pentacles again. And so that's why I feel like this person, they feel like you have control in this situation. They feel like you have leverage over them in this situation. Even though it kind of feels like they may want to grasp at some leverage with you, right? They may want to grasp at some control with you. But with these two Queen of Pentacles here, I really feel like you in a lot of ways are unexpectedly in control, right? Because you are showing up as this Page of Cups as well, right? Like I said, somebody sweet, somebody empathetic. You could be short or younger than them, or petite or something like that, right? Or they just see you as somebody young. But it's like you show up this way, forgiving, encouraging, uplifting, emotionally supportive, emotionally available. But at the same time, it's like they have to appease you. They have to keep you happy. So you may forgive certain things that they do. You may overlook or choose to put behind you certain things. But they, in a sense, almost like they have to come to terms with or make peace with your place as an authority in that sense, right? You are the one who is gatekeeping the forgiveness. You are the one who is gatekeeping the progression of the relationship. And so it's an interesting dynamic that's coming through, okay? Because this person sees you as somebody honestly pretty fair. We have this Ace of Swords, and then right underneath it, we have this Five of Swords. So I feel like this person sees you as somebody who, instead of fighting, instead of arguing, instead of beefing, right, and competing, right, instead of you giving in to this power struggle, you rather just talk it out, right? You rather just hear them out, have a discussion, find some common ground, okay? You rather do that with that Ace of Swords, but at the same time, that is still you taking control. That is still you, in some ways, having more leverage than they expect, right? So maybe in past relationships, they've been the one to do all the talking, or they've been the one to do all the decision making or the gatekeeping of this and that and what's good and what's not. So it's almost like, in a sense, you're showing up like an equal, right? But like I said, very much unexpectedly, okay? So group one, I say take that how you feel you should take it. But like I said, this person, they like, what their favorite thing about you is your delegation, right? Their favorite thing about you is the way you communicate and the way you handle issues, the way you deal with conflict, right? But at the same time, it is something that kind of shakes them up a bit, because you deal with conflict like a leader, all right? And I'm looking at this character again, and then we had different underneath but reversed. Ooh, and then right under different that was reversed, there was power, right? So it's almost like it's, maybe their character, maybe they feel like they're presenting in a way that may be different, but at the same time, it's almost like they're figuring out who you are. They're learning what kind of character you are, and that you are unassuming, right? So your character is different than what they assumed, right? They may have had certain assumptions or preconceived notions about what kind of person you were, but now they're seeing that, oh no, you have more power than they may have, previously expected, okay? So I'm not saying that they thought you were powerless, but you're definitely showing up as a bigger energy than they anticipated. So it's almost like it catches them off guard. So anyway, that's all I have for you today, group one. I really hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. If it did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group one. Hi, group two. You have chosen the second image. So we are going to go ahead and get into what your person's favorite thing about you is. So if you skip the intro, this can be either one thing that they like, or it can be a couple things that they like. Anyway, let's go ahead and just get right into it. I'm going to shuffle your cards, and I'm going to catch you on the other side. Right, group two. So, first things first, I heard life of the party. You're the center of attention, all right, to this person. We have the Knight of Wands. So you could be either a young adult or you could be new to a field. You're a bit of a rookie, all right? But they see you as somebody very ambitious, somebody very passionate and driven, okay? I'm seeing somebody with a lot of good ideas, somebody who's also charismatic and who isn't afraid to share those ideas. We also have the sun, right? And so I'm getting an image of like a light bulb lighting up, okay? And then we also have the Ace of Wands. So like I said, they see you as somebody who has like bright ideas, and these ideas are fresh, right? With the sun, right? These ideas are usually original or unique, or not easily thought of, right? You're thinking outside the box. We have the Four of Pentacles here. So they see you as somebody who is very attractive, very stable. I'm also hearing make money in your sleep. So this person, they feel like you can make money in your sleep. You're very attractive, okay? It's like you don't have to do much to get attention. You don't have to do much to receive the payout, right? And it's not even like, oh, you did nothing, but it's like the way you've set things up, though, because I'm getting somebody strategic, right? They like that you're strategic as well. But it's like the way you've set things up, they allow you to rest later, or they allow you to not work so hard or have to work so hard later. So you may have multiple streams of income. You may have passive income. You may have a business, or you have something going on that kind of generates money or opportunity for you, even if you're not actively on it at that time, right? You're not actively working at it. But still in the background, however you set things up, it's able to kind of produce for you. Okay. We have this 10 of Wands here that came out at the bottom of the deck. So this is very much work related. This person sees you as very self-sufficient. They see you as somebody disciplined, and they see you as somebody hungry, right? Somebody who's willing to put in the work, somebody who's willing to do the time, right? And I'm also getting this image of you lifting others up as well. So like maybe you're a manager or a leader or a coach or something, right? And so the work you do also inspires other people, right? The work you do, it kind of lights a fire under other people's ass, okay? And then we have strength here. So they very much see you as like a pillar, right? Somebody that others are looking to, like a light or like a lighthouse, right? You're somebody that other people kind of look to for the example and for the encouragement, right? Maybe people, someone or some people may feel discouraged or kind of pessimistic, and like they see what you're doing, and it kind of like gives them that boost of energy they need to keep pushing forward, okay? And you could be somebody who gives pep talks. You can inspire people. I'm not seeing a whole lot of swords, so I'm not seeing you doing this with your words. I'm seeing you doing this with your ideas and your actions, right? Inspiring others through example. Right here we have, you cannot build muscle if you do not use them. So you put in the work, right? People may wonder why you get better and better, but it's because you keep doing it, right? You can't get better if you're not practicing, right? If you're not doing the work. And so it's like this person sees you kind of getting stronger and stronger, or getting better and better, or more successful as you keep going. But they like that it is because you've done the work. It's not because of anything else. It is literally because of what you're putting into your goals. All right. Here we have character. So this person, what they love about you, or their favorite thing about you, is high-key just who you are, right? Your character, the way you show up, the way you present, the way you, like I said, attract attention, right? Being the star of the show or the life of the party, this character that you have, this person finds very admirable, and mostly because it's so serious, right? It's so serious, and that's why it's inspirational, because it's your seriousness, that discipline, that really allows you to get things done or do the things you say you're going to do, okay? We have retrace your steps. You're very diligent and detail-oriented about each step you take, and also the steps others take, all right? So like when I see detail-oriented, I'm also getting like people can't really get away with things, and nothing goes without your notice almost. Okay, so you could be a manager, you could be a boss. We have the King of Swords also at the bottom of the deck, but then we have this woman kind of creeping in the shadow or behind this glass. And so I'm getting kind of two narratives here. I'm getting that on one hand, you are the authority, right? Or you kind of stand as this authority who attracts his attention. People are watching your moves, and people are kind of creeping around you, circling around you, orbiting you to figure out what it is that you're doing. However, you're not naive, and you're also you also have a keen eye. So you're aware that people watch you, and you're aware of the steps that others are taking. And so that makes you even more cautious of the steps you take. And so it's almost like you're a step ahead of the game, right? Retrace your steps. You're kind of always like analyzing what you did before and what you can do better, right? You're the person who is constantly seeking or looking for opportunities for improvement. And that's something that your person is really, really admiring about you. Let's see if I can see anything else. I don't think so. But yeah, so group 2, your person, their favorite thing about you is that you're a go-getter, you're serious, you are a leader through example, and you have amazing ideas and you know how to execute them. All right, so keep it up, group 2. And if you enjoyed this reading or it resonated, feel free to leave a comment. If you would like to be notified, make sure to leave a comment and give this video a thumbs up. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post a new video, then make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group 2. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the third image. We are going to be getting into what your person's favorite thing about you is. So, if you missed the intro, this can be either one thing or it can be multiple things. So, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards, and I will catch you on the other side. Group 3. Okay, so with your person, I feel like I'm getting a couple narratives, but overall, your person likes that you are a risk taker, right? They love that you're not afraid of taking risk. They love that you're not afraid of doing things either out of the norm or that other people may not agree with. Okay. At the top we have, actually I want to start here on the table, right? Not the decks. So first here we have the King of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and then we have the Page of Wands. So with the Six of Wands here, I'm seeing somebody very much led by their desires and led by their passion. Somebody who is willing to go after what it is that they're desiring, and somebody who celebrates their wins and who honestly celebrates wins before they win, right? You are kind of like on this journey, right? Life is a parade, okay? And it's because you have, and some may call them lofty dreams, but you have these desires that excite you, okay? And so your person really sees that about you, that you're willing to kind of go on that ride as long as you believe that it's going to get you where it is that you want to go. With the Page of Wands here, I'm seeing somebody still young, still naive, and who doesn't really have much experience, but somebody who is longing for or wanting experience, right? You see this girl here, she's like, all dressed up for her wedding. So I'm kind of getting like a young girl who is imagining her wedding, right? Imagining the rest of her life, imagining her adulthood even, or her you know, daydreaming about her womanhood, right? What would it look like to be grown up or to grow up? So maybe you and this person have eloped, or you want to elope, or you got married young. Okay, there's definitely an energy of like jumping the ship, right? Doing something really soon out of excitement here, right? And then on top of that, we have this King of Pentacles, and the way he's approaching her, it does make me think a bit of a proposal. And so this person, they kind of like that, and this is where the story begins to split, because for some of you, you're the person being proposed to, and for others, you're the one doing the proposing. So if you're the one being proposed to, your person likes that they kind of are able to rescue you. They like that they're able to come and swoop you up and make these promises to you. They like, as a King of Pentacles, maybe they have more resources than you, or maybe they're older than you, or have some type of, they have more experience, right? They like that they're able to kind of use that to give you what you want, right? They like that they're able to take you on this journey, or to be on this journey with you, or provide this excitement, or these opportunities, right? They like that they are this subject of your desire that you're willing to go towards, okay? If you're the person that is doing the proposing, right? This, your person likes that you have the means to guide them on this journey, right? And I say guide because we also have this Six of Pentacles here, right? And I think it's interesting, right? We have two sixes, Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles. And so, like I said, they like that you're able to kind of guide them on this journey, provide on this journey, right? They like that you are able to take care of them. So, like going back to this bride, so maybe they're younger than you, or they have less resources than you. And so they like that you're able to kind of swoop in and take this risk on them. They feel like it's a risk, but they're grateful for it. With the Six of Pentacles, I am getting a sense of an imbalance of resources, somebody having more than someone else, but being willing to give. So your person, what they like about you is that you're able to kind of compromise with them, or work out, you're able to work out a conditions, right? You're able to work out what this arrangement looks like. And I heard arrangement. So I don't know, maybe it's not like an arranged marriage, but I'm definitely getting like there's a wedding soon. Like I feel like either you're engaged, or you've already gotten married, or you would just like to get married. I don't know. There's something here about that. Okay. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, and just the way he's holding her, it makes me think of like a relationship that has an age gap. And it doesn't have to be a significant one, but there is like a gap in what one person can provide for the other. Somebody feels like you really lift them up, or your person likes, one of their favorite things is that they can lift you up. They can, like I said, provide for you and nurture you on this path, right? We have Not What You Think. With the Not What You Think, I feel like some people may have other ideas of what your relationship is, and they're wrong. And one or both of you likes that, right? Your person's favorite thing about you is that you're not what people think, right? And your relationship is not what people think. They like, maybe there's like a stereotype about this dynamic, and they love that however things are playing out, it's not playing out in the way of that stereotype. It's almost like a proving people wrong kind of thing, because we also have drama. So your person, what they like about you, one of their favorite things is that you're here for the drama, right? You're willing to defend your connection. You're willing to defend yourself. You're not somebody who's just going to let people talk shit or boss you around or just be all up in your business without you like standing your ground. So you're defensive, okay? And I feel like that's like co-signed here with this Two of Swords, right? Leaving something behind. There's like a barrier up. People not really being able to really see what it is that you have. You guys keep this under wraps, right? So it's like their imagination is limited. So it's like they're talking and they're like, you know, your relationship is this or this. It's either going to be that or that. But what they really don't know is that behind the scenes, you guys have something deeper and you have something, quite frankly, more mature than people would expect. Okay. And I know that might not be the typical interpretation of the Two of Swords, but that's what I'm getting here. I'm getting like you guys shutting shit down and not really letting people into the inner workings of your dynamic. And quite frankly, it's because there's a need to protect the dynamic from gossip. And yeah, I'm just seeing these swords as gossip, right? You're not really feeding into it and you're letting the gossip die with this Ten of Swords, right? You're like, we're not going to feed into that. We're going to let that shit starve itself. Y'all can talk to yourselves. Y'all can talk to a wall, but you're not talking to us, okay? So yeah, that's what your person's favorite thing of, well, those are a few favorite things that your person had about you. So yeah, group 3, that's all I have. If you like this reading or resonated, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Anyway, bye group 3.